For this art meditation, I am going to let my subconscious pick my colors, or my intuition, my higher self. You could call it random chance, but I'm going to take about 15 colors and put them in this bag here, and I'm mixing them all up. And similar to an oracle card pull, I'm going to pick two colors, and that will be what I use for my art meditation today. So I have blush red as color number one. And for color number two, we have tawny, so brown, tawny brown. Awesome. I'm going to dive into color symbolism for these two colors in just a moment. I really love using color symbolism in general, but also when I do these art meditations with individuals or groups, or for myself, I really dive into analysis after, and color symbolism is a big part of that. Okay, so red. In general, red symbolizes adventure, grit, action, passion, love, and courage. So I'll talk a little bit more about what I think this color might mean to me in my life and give you an example of how I use that in an art meditation. But brown, let's do brown. So brown can symbolize stability, wholeness, dependability, and authenticity. And I like to think about soil, and the color of soil, the dirt, the ground outside is brown. And that's where the groundedness and stability and also nourishment comes through. So before I do a little more psychoanalysis on myself here and interpret the colors I chose today, I'm going to blend these two colors together. So in your art meditation practice, first of all, when you're putting the colors on the page, just use scribble marks. I typically do like a little star or flower burst type shape, but do whatever feels good to you. Let it be intuitive, let it be flowy. And then when you add the water, let that be flowy as well. So I'm blending these two colors together. I'm not overly concerned with the colors running together or ultimately what this looks like. So this is really more about the process, and in this case, the color symbolism. So I'm really not concerned with how this looks. The cool thing is, though, these often do look interesting, but that's your bonus. And here for a final touch with the water, I'm adding some water droplets on top of the wet paint for some blooming. Now I've let it dry, and I'm taking my Micron pen and I'm going to do some outlining. So when I did this, I did it in quiet contemplation. Took me about 15 minutes. I've sped this up and just wanted to talk you through what's happening. So I'm outlining the outer shape first, then the inner shapes, and then I'll do some shading. So I'll just take the next minute of this video to talk through the red and brown and what those mean to me right now. Why did I draw those colors? Sure, it was random, but why? I feel like there's always a reason or a meaning that we can give something, right? So I do believe things are neutral. We give them the meaning. So the meaning for red in my life right now: adventure, grit, action, passion, love, and courage. Courage really stands out as a theme of something that I've needed to lean into in my life lately. I won't go too deep into it, but my husband was laid off about 6 months ago, and it has been a very interesting, trying time, and I have called upon courage a lot over the last 6 months. And for brown, stability, wholeness, dependability, authenticity. I've had to be extremely authentic to myself during this time, and stability is something I've had to find within. It's not something that can necessarily be given to me or come from without. So I'm gonna leave it at that today. I wanted to leave this video short and sweet, but that is how you can use a random color pull to lead your art meditation with, and then you could do some interpretation and reflection after the fact. Thanks for watching.